Hello everyone, welcome to Wenzhou University. Today we will talk about Wenzhou and the world. 1. Wenzhounese and Public Diplomacy Part 2 and 3. We have learned about the overview of World Wenzhounese in Part 1. Now, let's start with Part 2, Documentary of World Wenzhounese Public Diplomacy. First, what is public diplomacy? This concept was first put forward by an American. From the Britannic, we learned it is also called people's diplomacy. Any of various government-sponsored efforts aimed at communicating directly with foreign publics. Public diplomacy includes all official efforts to convince targeted sectors of foreign opinion to support or tolerate a government's strategic objectives. Methods include statements by decision makers, purposeful campaigns conducted by government organizations dedicated to public diplomacy, and efforts to persuade international media to portray official policies favorably to foreign audiences. For China, first of all, strengthening public diplomacy is an important way to solve China's current diplomatic problems. Secondly, public diplomacy can make full use of the achievements of Chinese rapid development of information technology to guide public opinion to enhance people's participation and support for diplomacy. Third, we can deepen foreigners' understanding of our country and extend Chinese international influence. Now, documentary of World Wenzhounese Public Diplomacy. Here is a list of Wenzhou's sister cities in the world, altogether 34 cities, listed according to the time order. Have you found your city here? The friendly relation is set based on the Wenzhounese friendship with some people in that city. Let's start from World Wenzhounese public diplomacy via education. For you are familiar with schools. Does your school have a sister school in China? This is the Confucius Institute, established by Wenzhou University, Wenzhou Medical University, and Burapha University in Thailand in 2007. In 2009, Princess Siridon of Thailand attended in person the opening ceremony. We cooperate on 3+1 bachelor degree program in Chinese language and literature. Thai students study in Thailand 3 years and in China for 1 year. They get 2 degrees from both sides upon graduation. This is Wenzhou University Italy campus, Prato and Arezzo campus. We established the Wenzhou University Italy campus in Arezzo based on the cooperation with University of Siena, and one in Prato based on the cooperation with the University of Florence. Wenzhou University is the first Chinese university that established campus in Italy. There is a lot more cooperation in education, such as colleges, universities, high schools, middle schools, and even primary schools. The establishment of sister schools will certainly promote the understanding of different nation and culture. All the activities resulted from the relation contribute to the development of public diplomacy. Wenzhounese are not only good at doing business, they are also keen on charity. This is the Smile Alliance, established in June of 2009. What do they do? Look at this picture. There are children with cleft lip and a palate. They do operation for the kids. One operation is not enough. Some kids need several operations before they can smile like us. The Smile Alliance helps them and their families regain confidence and happiness. This is the opening ceremony of Smile Project Global Benevolence. The person on the right is the main donator, Mr. He Jihao, a Wenzhounese, now in Taiwan. His family has donated over 100 million yuan to Wenzhou. This is Mr. Huan Zhijian, a Wenzhounese residing in Spain. At the World Wenzhounese Conference in 2016, he donated 10 million to establish Huang Menqi Dandelions Charity Foundation. Huang Menqi is the name of his father. This foundation aims to help those excellent but poor students to study abroad, broaden their views, and then come back to join the construction of their hometowns. Mr. Huan doesn't only help Chinese students, but also the elderly in his community in Spain. Quite often, he and his team visit the elder care houses to see elderly, bringing gifts to them. Those elderly and other local change their impression of Chinese people. Wenzhou Chamber of Commerce in Thailand offers scholarship for Thai students to study business Chinese at Wenzhou University. The students and their parents all meet the chairperson, the donators of the chamber. They are very grateful to the Wenzhounese. The person in light blue is Qi Xiaoyun, former chairperson. The person in white is Zheng Bingke, current chairman. Costa Rica is one of the wealthiest countries in Central America. As the president of the Zhejiang Trade Union in Costa Rica, Xu Jingguo actively assisted local residents and founded the Costa Rica Love Chinese Charity Foundation. He has made many donations to local poor students and helped them develop basic education. Let more children have books to read and let them have a better development in the future. Sometimes, for some issues, official diplomacy doesn't work, while public diplomacy is quite effective. In 2010, economic crisis broke out in Greece, and the local people had a very hard time. Yu Weichun, chairperson of the Chamber of Wenzhou, went to ask the mayor if it was possible to raise China's national flag on the square. He gave 3 reasons for his appealing. First, Chinese people want to stand together with the Greek people against the economic crisis. Second, the Chamber of Wenzhou will invite CCTV to report the beauty of Greece and the kindness of Greek people. 3. the Chamber of Wenzhou will hold a charity sale. All the gains will be donated to the homeless in Athens. At last, the mayor agreed. When he saw the Chinese flag rising and the national anthem being played on the Greek square, Xu Weichun was very proud and excited. He presented the mayor with a piece of calligraphy works with the 4 Chinese characters, 厚德载物, meaning to hold the world with virtue. Besides, the World Wenzhounese are also good at promoting public diplomacy through media. 欧华联合时报, meaning Euro-Sino-United Times, was acquired by Wenzhou Daily Group in 1996, which is quite innovative. The newspaper has played a very good role in promoting local people's understanding of China and Chinese people. This is Editor-in-Chief Wu Ming, an alumni of Wenzhou University. Now, this is Chiu Liu Su, Wenzhounese in Italy. In 2019, he was elected as one of the top 50 most influential Chinese in Italy. Starting from 2013, he ran Italian International Broadcasting Media Co. Limited, and he constructed a nationwide broadcasting station network in the whole Italy. Now, artistic communication is very common. For people usually say art has no national boundary. Can you recognize who they are? Yes, Mao Zedong, founder of the People's Republic of China. Kofi Annan, the 7th General Secretary of the United Nations. The British Queen, and Mona Lisa. Are they painted or photographed? I should say they are embroidered works made of human hair. Aren't they special? Hair embroidery is based on the natural color of human hair as a material. Needle as a tool, follow the law of plastic arts in the flat cloth to create the image of the art. This kind of art with human hair has rich human connotation value. It's the most noble gift, enjoys the world's best reputation. In May 1985, our economic and trade delegation planned to visit the United Kingdom and participate in the International Ideal Family Expo. They wanted to present Princess Diana a meaningful gift. So the delegation went to Wei Jingxian, the late director of Hair Embroidery Institute of Wenzhou Teachers College, to make embroidery. After more than 3 months' hard work, it was done. Princess Diana was very delighted to receive this special embroidered image at the fair, saying, "It's really beautiful." At this point, embroidery began as a diplomatic gift. Here's a video clip. I hope it will help you know more about hair embroidery at Wenzhou University.
The enigmatic smile of Mona Lisa not only decorates the Louvre, but also beautifies Hair Embroidery Arts Museum of Wenzhou University. To our surprise, her quiet smile is not painted, but rather embroidered. Different from the effect that regular thread brings out, taking a few steps back, it features the unrestrained ink splashes on the paper. Take a closer look. It demonstrates elaborate craftwork appeared on the oil paintings. Such effect of uniqueness is the miracle of hair embroidery. It follows the rule of plastic art and lets imaginations run wild on the smoothly stretched silks and satin. Nowadays, hair embroidery develops more pluralistic, with a wider variety of colors and mature way of embroidering. People are not only keen on drawing materials from Chinese tradition, but also obsessed with taking inspiration from Western style. As we can see, her complexion is glowing with a streak of gold, which very much resembles the luster of canvases. However, where does this golden hair come from?
这幅蒙娜丽莎是温州第一幅彩色发绣，是采用荷兰女教师和温大女学生的头发合绣的。
Here goes the story we have to tell. In the early 1990s, a foreign guest with blonde hair drew the attention of Mr. Meng, the inheritor of hair embroidery. Shiny and shimmering like a golden waterfall, the hair is definitely a rare material for hair embroidery. Too shy to ask for the hair, Mr. Meng turned to interpreter to convey his idea. She readily agreed. Not long after her return, she mailed the hair to China. Therefore, the hair becomes the inevitable part of Mona Lisa. The smile on Mona Lisa's face was frozen in a frame of hair embroidery, an oriental work of art. When Western and Eastern arts meet, there are always sparkles. It paves a new way for Westerners to know Eastern art, and that's exactly what Wenzhounese are doing. Like Ted Lawson chose blood as his paint, hair, as one of the inborn parts of our body, absorbed the nutrition of life experience. A lock or strand of hair is the essence of our life. Hair embroidery is affectionate, the footprint of a newborn baby, the vow between newlyweds couples, and a contact between leaderships. The association between two countries are preserved in different stages of hair embroidery. Since 1991, Wenzhou Portrait Embroidery Institute has been founded in Wenzhou Teachers College, now Wenzhou University. The means of artistic expression is ever revolutionizing. Among them, complementary color-based method, which is the representative, works like this. Lay the colors on the silk cloth first before creating embroidery patterns. In that way, visual power of art is enriched. In every stage, hair embroidery develops with novel ideas. The creativity of making embroidered work with hair is handed down from generation to generation. Hair embroidery is this kind of art of tenderness and toughness.
Now, World Wenzhounese online public diplomacy via medical aid under the COVID-19 epidemic situation. In China, there is Federation of Returned Overseas Chinese in every city. During the pandemic, Wenzhou Federation of Returned Overseas Chinese organized 280 WeChat group, connecting over 70,000 overseas Wenzhounese. When the pandemic occurred in China, the world Wenzhounese in different countries tried their best to collect necessary emergency supplies and transported them to China, different cities in China. When the situation became better in the second half of the year 2020, while the pandemic occurred in many countries, the world Wenzhounese united and tried their best to collect necessary emergency supplies from China and transported them to the country that they lived in. There are many such examples. Here's emergency supplies from Spain, Wenzhou General Chamber of Commerce. That is emergency supplies supported by USA Zhejiang General Chamber of Commerce. From the examples above, we see that every good deed that Wenzhounese do can showcase the very good image of the Chinese people. Let the people all over the world know the Chinese culture better. Each person can contribute to good public diplomacy through his or her own effort. I hope you can participate in the public diplomacy with China, for you have learned more Chinese language and culture. You can be the bond between your people and Chinese people, and the bridge between your country and China. Well, that's all for Wenzhou and the World 1, Wenzhounese and Public Diplomacy, about documentary of World Wenzhounese Public Diplomacy. Are you clear? There are 6 aspects: education, charity, festival, media, art, and online public diplomacy via medical aid under the COVID-19 epidemic situation. Let's review some useful words and expressions. 世界温州人公共外交纪实 Documentary of World Wenzhounese Public Diplomacy 孔子学院 Confucius Institute 微笑联盟 Alliance of Smile 微笑工程善行天下 Smile Program Global Benevolence 黄孟祺蒲公英慈善基金会黄孟祺 Dandelions Charity Foundation 哥斯达黎加大爱华人慈善基金会 Costa Rica Love Chinese Charity Foundation 泰国温州商会 Wenzhou Chamber of Commerce in Thailand 厚德载物 Hold the world with virtue 好，今天课就到这里，谢谢大家，期待下一次与您再见。